match. And the players surely are moved by that ceremony which took place in the centre of Odsal, as there goes the cannon to signal the start of a game. We should do that every week to signal off kick-off. And here you go, the kick-off as Halifax put it deep, deep down as Ethan Ryan takes the ball, and it'll be Steve Crossley fiddly will take the first hit up.
Steve Crossley's brought down, tackle number one, Bradford having first use of the ball, and the implications this afternoon couldn't be any clearer for Bradford and Halifax. We are in must-win territory to avoid being cut further adrift of the teams in the Championship top 5 playoff chase. We've had 30 seconds gone on Bulls 2 here at Odsal Stadium, and it's going to be Ross Oakes who will play the ball. Hallison at dummy half to Crossley. Crossley's second carry on the first set of 6 this afternoon for the Bulls, playing towards the South Bank side. Hallis now finds Minchella. Minchella thought about the ball along the line to Magrin, sucks in 3 Halifax defenders, and he's rolled over on his back on the last tackle. The referee this afternoon, Jack Smith from Wigan, an ex-Royal Marine. 9 years ago he was shot on service in Afghanistan, so quite befitting that we have an ex-Royal Marine officiating the game here at Odsal on Armed Forces Day. Halifax, they have their first use of the ball after the kick coming from Jordan Lilly, and Halifax in their orange and blue away shirt, alternative strip this afternoon, moving the ball out of dummy half from Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore to Kavanagh. Kavanagh, one of 5 former Bradford players in this side this afternoon, plays the ball. Brandon Moore once again. Down the middle, they're going to go with Elliot Morris. Morris gets to his feet, plays the ball. Pass very flat from Brandon Moore out of dummy half, and Halifax are on the Bradford 40 metre line. On the last tackle it goes to Morrell. Morrell under pressure from Garside. Pickersgill back in that full-back role, his first outing at full-back since Bradford's round 11 victory over Barrow by 26 points to 14 here at Odsal, and since that defeat against Toulouse in round 5, 14 points to 0, the Bulls haven't suffered defeat in the Championship. They've won the last 6 home games here, so home comfort for John Keir and the Bulls as Bradford just move the ball outside their own 20 metre line. Hallis now to Garside. Matt Garside is going to be brought down 12 shy of halfway. Third tackle gone, and Matt Garside going through a lot of work here early doors. Hallis out of dummy half to Keys. Keys takes that Halifax line on, and that's the last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. We have had 2 minutes on the clock. It goes back from Hallis to Lilly. Lilly under pressure there from Brandon Moore. Gets the kick in. Scott Griggs in there at fullback. Griggs on the run around. They're going to float it over on that far stand side. QLT fancies it to Sharp. Sharp heading towards the touchline. Suffocating, swarming defence from the Bradford Bulls. QLT, he's barreled over. 0-0 on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. 3 minutes gone. The Bulls will have head and feet at the scrum on the halfway line.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit of inexperience there at fullback position for Scott Griggs. So he's not an inexperienced player, but it's not his natural position. He did well to position himself on the back of a reasonably good kick from Jordan Lilly, but he really wedged in his winger on the far side and left very few options there to go close to the touchline on the kick return, and he's seen a turnover come as a result. The Bulls will lap that up. Matty Garside with another good hit up here on the left edge. He's had a very good start to the game. Matt Garside seizing the opportunity he's been given by John Keir. Magrin now.
Hallis out of dummy half to Magrin. Magrin, 10 metres on that carry. Taking Chester Butler, who's Huddersfield bound, and Brandon Moore, but it's a quick play of the ball. Lilly now, along the line to Pickersgill. A sweeping, flowing move from the Bulls. Looking energetic, infused, lively in the opening 4 minutes here at Odsal Stadium. Steve Crossley's penetrated Halifax 20 metre line. A tackle remaining. Lilly in front of the post. Sucks it to Magrin. Magrin's brought down. Last tackle, 15 metres out in front of the post. Hallis to Keys. Keys looking for Ryan. Ryan's got the ball. And Ethan Ryan. He's the juggler. He's the entertainer. The Bulls open the scoring. Joe Keys, welcome back. It's the first try assist of the afternoon, and Ethan Ryan back out there on the wing. He has try number 15 of the season. 4-0 to the Bulls.
Yeah, some very good work there from Joe Keys. His first 3 or 4 touches he's had in this game have been nice and classy. He's looking very direct. He stepped and went on his second opportunity he had. Got a good kick away early on, and he just looks a half that has time. That only comes with class and it only comes with experience. And he had a lot of time on that ball, but time's only one thing. You have to do what you can with it. And he popped that ball up very nicely to Ethan Ryan. He came in about 3 metres off of his wing, attacked it on the angle. He juggled it, but regathered and got the ball down in a very, very tidy finish from Ethan Ryan, back in what he will tell you is his natural position on the wing, and certainly where he's been most effective for the Bulls over the last 18 months. As Joe Keys now is lining up, what does the kick predictor tell us here, Mick?
The Pulse 2 kick predictor says 52%, so just above evens. Keys 10 metres in from this main stand side. He looking at the ball, strikes it with the right boot. This one's curling in. Welcome back, Joseph Keys. And Joe Keys, the 23-year-old former London Broncos Academy product. He is back. His first full game since that 27-8 grand final win over Workington here at Hudsall last October. And as we already said, 5 try assists and 9 successful attempts from 12 in that 66-6 win over over Keighley in the reserve game a week last Wednesday. So 6.5 minutes gone. Bradford moving the ball out in front of their own post. Crossley to Magrin. We've had 6.5 gone. Pulse 2 scoreboard. Bulls 6, Halifax 0, and certainly the Bulls playing with a lot of urgency. Over on that far stand side, Farrell will get to his feet. He'll play the ball out of dummy half from Alice now, looking for those willing runners. Finds Webster. Webster, the former New Zealand international, he's brought down 5 shy of halfway. What a game that was yesterday morning. New Zealand against Tonga, as Magritte now punches a hole down the middle, down that central reservation. We're on the last tackle. Hallis back to Lilly. Lilly goes high, perfectly weighted. It will put a little bit of pressure on the Scott Griggs, but he will take that one from the clouds. And he's immediately wrapped up by Elliot Minchella and Hallis. So Halifax, they will have to move the ball out from their own 10-metre line. If you're just joining us, John Keir making 5 changes this afternoon. Pickersgill, Webster, Hitchcock, Keys and Roach all returning for John Keir's side. And Halifax now 20 metres shy of that halfway line on this main stand side. More to Sharp. Sharp, once upon a time, he was the London Player of the Year. That was way back in 2007. He'll play the ball 5 shy of halfway. Brandon Moore once again. Very one-man rugby thus far from Halifax. They're on the last. They're going to kick towards touch. Great accuracy there from Morrell, but it's gone out on the fall. I was just about to say great accuracy because Pickersgill and Ryan were out of position, but that one's gone out the full, Damien. That'll be another Halifax error, their second error of the first half. 8 minutes gone, Pulse 2 scoreboard. Bradford 6, Halifax 0. Crossley will play the ball on the halfway line.
All on errors there. The first try came on a set that was on the back of an error, handing it over in the centre of the pitch there. And they've done the same again, and Bulls in a very similar position now as Sam Hallis gets in a dummy half. Crossley it'll be to the hit up, but he offloads to Jordan Lilly now, looking for Webster. It's just gone in behind there. Hitchcock's will have to pick it up. Oh,
Tyra's
that's going to be 6
more.
more.
Tyra's knocked it on. Hitchcock's recovers. Now Hitchcock's knocked the ball on, and referee Jack Smith will give head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. So first knock on there by Steve Tyra. So that ball just going behind Pickersgill. The Bulls live to fight another day. That's a third error from Halifax, but living life dangerously. Let's recap what's happened thus far. It is round 18 of the Betfred Championship. On Friday night there was 2 games. It was Sheffield 46, Rochdale 24, Widnes 28, Batley 22, and yesterday evening Toronto 28, Toulouse 16. If that is going to be the grand final in October, then that is going to be some occasion, because that one went right down to the wire. A late try from Toronto. Andy Ackers giving Toronto the spoils there as they maintain their unbeaten start at home at Lamport Stadium. Bradford awarded the first penalty of the afternoon, and they're now 20 metres out with Joe Keys in possession. Keys is brought down by Butler, wrestled on his back. Hallis in there at dummy half. Penalty was awarded for laying on at the play of the ball. Hallis now to Garside. Garside's probing. Garside, a tilt towards the line. He's underneath the post. 5 metres out, centre field. It goes to Keys, to Magrin. That pass stuck like super glue. Magrin's dropped the ball over the Halifax line. Chance gone, begging for the Bulls. But it will be a scrum. Header feed to Halifax. First error of the afternoon for John Keir's side. And if you're going to turn over the ball, Damien, you may as well do it on your opponent's try line.
You can, although I think John Keir would prefer he didn't. What was interesting when that first try was the first opportunity that the Bulls were given in a piggyback and got down that end. They got points. That's something they haven't done so well in the last 6 to 8 weeks, is convert field position into points. They've done very well to do that. That's their second real effort down there, and they haven't come up with it. They come up with a poor error over the line from Magrin as he reached out. That'll be disappointing now, and a bit of a let-off for Halifax. They just look a little bit flustered here, a little bit flustered indeed, as a penalty now has gone to the Bulls with Halifax in possession for a ruck infringement.
Yeah, we don't see many of them, but John Keir, on comes the kicking tee via Michael Piper. So Joe Keys will take 2 points on offer. Penalty count 2-0 in favour of the Bulls. Brandon Moore guilty of not playing the ball correctly. 15 metres out in front of the Halifax post. And the Pulse 2 kick predictor is a very generous 94% for Joe Keys here. So Joe Keys from 15 metres out, he will line this one up. And we had a situation, Damien, where prior to the game, both coaches were talking about a lack of energy and intensity to their side's play in recent weeks. Well, you can see straight away where the criticism perhaps is coming from Simon Griggs on Halifax, but from John Keir and the Bradford Bulls, they really have set their stall out early doors here at Odsal Stadium. Joe Keys in front of the post to take the Bulls out to an 8-0 lead. Joe Keys does just that. 8-0 here at Odsal to the Bulls.
So Mick, you've called it there. You said that there's been a lack of intensity, a lack of line speed, a lack of ruck intensity over the last 4 to 5 weeks, and that's been hurting the Bulls. We've seen a lot more of that today. We've seen it better. We've seen better intensity, a better flow, a better gel, a better line speed. So why 12 minutes into a game, when you're all over a side, you've got 3 repeats on them, and you're 6 points in head, and you've got an easy repeat set from a kick, why take 2 points? Why let off that pressure valve where you got Halifax, who are absolutely at 6s and 7s at the moment and looking flustered? I don't agree with it.
Scott Griggs gets the restart back underway. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Mick Leddell, Damien Irving, your call team. 11 minutes gone here. Bradford 8-0 to the good. Hallis to Minchella. Minchella's rolled over in a 2-man tackle led there by Brandon Moore and Adam Tangata as they move it over on this main stand side. Here goes Keys. Keys is away to Oakes. Quick, fast passing. Ethan Ryan takes on Griggs on this main stand side, and Griggs wraps Ethan Ryan up 25 metres out. The Bulls, oh my word, where's this coming from? Here goes Minchella. Back to Ross Oakes. Ross Oakes is brought down on the 20-metre line, and that is the 5th and last tackle. Hallis to Keys, looks up, gets the nod from Hitchcox. It might come down for Webster. Webster has it, palms it back to Hitchcox. Hitchcox has knocked the ball on, and that will be a turnover in possession. But you can already see the impact that moving Ethan Ryan from fullback out to the wings, and Keys on his return in the halves is having on this Bradford Bulls dynamic. Pulse 2 scoreboard, Bulls 8, Halifax 0. 12 and a half gone, Damien.
It's almost like muscle memory here. Players like Elliot Minchella are finding another gear here with Ethan Ryan back on his left-hand side. Joe Keys, they've gone back to what they knew early in the season and late last season here. They're looking a lot more confident there with Ethan out there on the right, on the left-hand side. It's working very, very well. They look a lot more fluid in attack, the Bulls down this left-hand side. I think Matty Garside is contributing to that wonderfully well as well. He's having a good game. As Halifax now working it off their own 20-metre line, looking a little bit flat, a little bit lacking in ideas here, Halifax, it has to be said. They really need something to spark themselves into life.
They're on the last tackle. Brandon Moore to Morrell. Morrell will split Hitchcox and Pickersgill. That one has got far too much on it. That one will be a tap on the 20-metre line for the Bulls. And Jordan Lilly is like a young, excitable child on Christmas Day. He wants to get that one quickly taken, and he'll find Jai Hitchcox, of course, the former West Tigers and Castleford Tigers winger. Here goes Webster, his second carry of the afternoon. Webster's up to the Bradford 40. Lillian at dummy half to Pickersgill. Pickersgill caught on the shoulder. 5 metres inside the Halifax half. Second tackle gone. It goes now to Farrell. Farrell, former Wigan, Featherstone, back row forward. 35 out. He's lost the ball, and it's an error for the Bradford Bulls. The look towards the touch judge, Jack Smith, gets no assistance. He says the onus is on Farrell, and Farrell has lost the ball, and that is a huge let off there for Halifax after conceding that 7 tackle set. Pulse 2 scoreboard with exactly 15 minutes gone here at Odsal. Mick Liddell, Damien Irvine, Bulls 8, Halifax 0.
15 minutes gone there, and I've got Bulls at 74% possession in that first 15 minutes. They're up 8-0. They will need more points on if it keeps going this way in order to properly reflect the possession and dominance they've had at this early stage. Errors like that let Halifax off the hook, because I really feel they're clinging in for dear life here at the moment, Halifax, trying to keep in this game where all the possession, all the ruck speed and a good kicking game for the Bulls is seeing them play very, very well and dominate this game early, but still only 8 points in it. Early on in this season, we've seen the Bulls dominate with possession and field position and not come up with the points. They need to keep scoring. They need to keep getting points on the board while things are going well for them here.
Cooper will play the ball 10 metres inside the Bradford half. Moore in at dummy half to QLT. QLT's brought down by Garside. Fourth tackle coming up here for Halifax. Kick early from Griggs. Butler chasing it. Pickersgill back. Pickersgill grounds the ball. Oh, Pickersgill's done well. He's managed to scramble out of his own in-goal area. Great tenacity there from Brandon Pickersgill. Great awareness. And Ethan Ryan will take the second tackle. But that kick there has turned the Bulls around, and 3 tackles in. Oakes is brought down in front of his own posts. 12 metres out. So they're looking to turn the screw here at Halifax with a good solid defensive set here. Hitchcock's on the 4th tackle. He's brought down 80 metres out centre field. Hallis now to Webster. Webster, last tackle for the Bulls. 25 out from their own line. Halifax trying to wrestle some of that early ascendancy and momentum away from the Bulls. Lilly on the last tackle goes straight down towards Will Sharp, who shifted in from this main stand position to fullback. Sharp will play the ball. Morell at dummy half, looking for those willing runners, finds Kavanagh. Kavanagh's going to be pushed back there. Great defence from the Bulls. Great line speed. And Kavanagh's lost a lot of ground. Moore out of dummy half to Morris. Morris, he can't offload the ball. 4th tackle gone for Halifax. First penalty of the afternoon. Elliot Morris was trapped. His arm was trapped. Steve Crossley protests to the referee, but it will be a first penalty of the afternoon to Halifax, just shy of the halfway line, and Scott Morell will find touch 30 metres out from that Bradford line, so they're going to look to open their account at Odsal on the scoreboard. Morell will quickly tap it. It goes back to Morell via Butler. Morell's brought down 20 metres out. 2-man tackle there by Oakes and Keys. Sharp in at dummy half to Moore. Moore to Tangata. Tangata, the Cook Island international. He's brought down 20 metres out in front of the Bradford post. Moore now to Morell. Morell over on that far stand side. That's touched a Bradford hand. Lilly picks up the loose ball, and it was Scott Griggs' pass. He was looking over on that far stand side for Steve Tyra. It touched Jordan Lilly's right arm, and it will be another set of 6 coming up here for Halifax. They will reset, recharge, reload. They will have head and feet at the scrum 20 metres out from the Bradford line. We've had 18 minutes gone in this first half here at Odsal Stadium. It is Bradford 8, Halifax 0.
It's very, very good character and attitude in defence here from the Bradford Bulls early. That's certainly something they've rectified during the week, and they're really coming off their line. There's a great strong tackle there coming out of the line. Looks like Elliot Minchella, is it? That's Magrin. No, Minchella. Fantastic effort. They're coming off the line nice and strong. They're really getting good line speed. As Halifax look to go left here, they've got numbers piled on. Morell.
Good ball from Morell. Halifax asking questions here of the Bulls. They're inside the Bradford 10. Kavanagh gets to his feet. He'll play the ball. QLT taking the line on. It's a short pass to Cooper. Cooper's brought down. He's on loan from St Helens in 2019. Another penalty coming up here for Halifax. This will be back-to-back-to-back sets. This will be the 3rd repeat set that the visitors have had here this afternoon at Odsal Stadium. 19 minutes gone. Steve Crossley, the Bradford captain, just having a word in the ear of Jack Smith there, and referee Smith puts whistle to lips, and it's going to go from Morell to Kavanagh. Kavanagh's brought down. 5 metres out in front of the Bradford post, centre field position. They trail 8-0 here. It's a massive do-or-die game. QLT along the line to Tyra, and it's a walk in at the corner for Halifax, and it's Sean Robinson, and Robinson, he scored a try in Halifax's 21-8 defeat against Barrow last week. He now has 2 in 2, and the Halifax fight back starts with 20 minutes gone here at Odsal. Bradford 8, Halifax 4.
That'll be disappointing for John Keir. It was a little bit too easy when they switched back to the right edge there for the Bulls, which was a bit out of character for this match because their defence has generally been very solid. They gave away a piggyback penalty there for a bit of a sloppy play the ball in the ruck. And the Halifax, to their credit, Scott Morrell seized up the numbers there and saw a switch in play. And for the one set that Halifax have had down in the attacking quarter there for the Bulls, they come away with a try. We talked a little bit before about the Bulls having possession and dominance, but only coming up with the 8 points. Well, Halifax have had a lot less ball, a lot less field position, a lot less dominance, and this could be a 2-point ball game. Kick to come, 8-4 now to the Bulls. Halifax looked just to be looking to turn around Pickersgill a little bit with the kicking game. One kick that did bounce and go dead, really he let bounce and he perhaps shouldn't have. And that little grubber kick, which he cleaned up very well to get back and did a great effort to get back into play, but he really shouldn't have been turned around in the first place there. Often when you've got a winger moving back to his natural position, which is what Ethan Ryan has done, and a new fullback coming in Pickersgill, that communication and positioning just takes a little bit of time to be in just the right spot at the end of the set. And it's a little bit of a concern for the Bulls there, and I think Morrell has certainly highlighted that. Grix as well, kicking to look to turn Pickersgill around. But that said, well, we've got a game on our hands here. 8-6, he's slotted that over from the far side. Great kick there for Halifax, and the Bulls are going to be kicking 2 points in it as Halifax are going to bring it back out off their own line.
Steve Tyra, his first successful conversion in 4 outings for Halifax. He was 0 from 2 in that 31-8 defeat against Lee, and he was 0 from 2 last week at Craven Park when Halifax lost 21 points to 8. So here on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 at Odsal Stadium, it is Bradford Bulls 8, Halifax 6. A try from Sean Robinson and Steve Tyra getting Halifax back in this, but no sooner have Halifax suck some of that ascendancy and momentum and try to swing the pendulum in their favour, they have come up with an error on the second tackle, 20 metres out from their own try line. For those asking about the reserve game earlier on, it finished Bradford 30, Halifax 18. Josh Rickett with 2 tries, so he's now scored 6 tries in his last 2 reserve outings, looking to put a bit of pressure on Dalton Grant and Jai Hitchcox along with Ethan Ryan. So Bradford 18 metres out in front of the Halifax post. Hallis, Minchella, Lilly, Farrell sweeps inside, brought down in a 3-man tackle. 8 metres out, just to the right hand side of the post here. Bradford hunting and probing for a second try of the afternoon. Hallis to Crossley. Crossley is brought down close. 2 metres out. Webster now will try and charge over. Webster on his knees. He's held up, and they will go back to the 10-metre line. So Jake Webster going incredibly close to getting his 6th try of the season. Webster will play the ball just to the right of centre field. Lilly now to Minchella. It goes to Keys, to Garside. Garside brought down there by Morrell. And Garside is brought down 5 metres in from this Maidstone side. 12 metres out on the last tackle. Keys, little chip kick. Lilly was chasing on the inside, but Scott Grix has done incredibly well there. Alert, read that one, danger averted. Halifax will play the ball 10 metres out from their own try line. We've got 16 minutes remaining here in this first half at Odsal Stadium. We knew it was going to be tight and tense, and that's reflecting on the scoreboard at Bradford 8, Halifax 6.
Not well executed there from Joe Keys. The idea was good, but again, 16 minutes left in the first half, Mick, and yet to force a repeat set from a dropout at all by rolling the ball in. The Bulls have come up with points on one visit down to the end there, but have failed to really mount any pressure or get repeat sets in any of the other sets. Now that'll be something John Keir will be looking to rectify, as the Bulls have got a hand on that as it's gone out to the right. What's going to be the call? 6 more.
Touch judge coming on to have a word. That looked like it come off Matt Garside's right arm. Head and feed to the Bulls.
Oh, wow.
The officials have missed that one, so that's a decision that has gone in favour of the Bradford Bulls. It'll be a 6th error in this first half from Halifax, and as we said, both coaches, they were talking about the lack of energy and intensity. Simon Griggs said that he was very disappointed with his side's game management against Barrow, admitted that they're in a bit of a hole with regards to recent performances and they need to up their energy and intensity. Well, they've certainly done that in the last 5 minutes here. It's Bradford 8, Halifax 6 on Pulse 2.
Connor Farrell with another big effort there on the right edge. He's having a whale of a game in the back row there, Mick, as Joe Keys steps inside now, and the Bulls are going to come up and play it as Hallis goes into dummy half. 20 metres out on the attack here, the Bulls. 14 minutes remaining.
Hallis fires it down the middle. The Bulls along the line. Crossley's in support. Crossley's 2 metres out from that Halifax line. Penalty in front of the post. Bradford's 4th penalty of the afternoon. The kicking tee will remain on the sideline, and Hallis is going to tap the ball 10 metres out in front of the Halifax post, and he will give it to Minchella. Minchella's brought down 2 metres out. 2 metres to the left-hand side of the post. Hallis now. It goes to Keys. Keys to Lilly. Lilly out wide to Webster. Webster puts the fend in. He's still going, Webster. Robinson finally brings him down. 8 metres out in that far stand corner, and Webster's had the ball stolen again. 5 penalties to 2 in favour of the Bulls, and the message from John Keir is keep the roll on. 8-6 the Bulls lead. Here goes Mikey Wood down the middle. Wood's brought down 5 metres out in front of the post. It goes to Lilly. Lilly inside ball. Finds Crossley. Crossley, he's brought down 2 metres out in front of the post. Hallis to Mikey Wood. Wood trying to crash over, but Griggs wraps him up along with Kavanagh, and Wood's brought down 1 metre shy. Hallis, Lilly on the far stand side to Webster. Webster trying to crash over and split Robinson and Tyra, but Tyra and Robinson pushing back in the field of play. 4th tackle gone here. Bradford incessant pressure on that Halifax line. Lilly kicks through. Minchella's got a try. Elliot Minchella, his 6th try of the season, and the Bulls capitalise on some indiscipline from Simon Griggs' Halifax side. That one's to the right hand side of the post. Poetry from Jordan Lilly, perfectly weighted, perfectly read. Elliot Minchella has Bradford's 2nd try of the afternoon. It is 12 points to 6, soon to be 14, you feel.
Elliot Minchella really having a different game today. He's looking another class. He's enjoying having Joe Keys there. He's enjoying his relationship there with Lilly. That was good communication there. He knew exactly where that grubber kick was going. Amazing when you go to the ground what you can come up with. When you go to the air, what you can come up with at the short kick there. A really well finished from Elliot Minchella. Good hands, good class. He's playing in that lock 4 position. He's a second 5'8" out there on the pitch, and he's really showing his class today there as Joe Keys lines up this kick. Some great work there. The Bulls, they chose not to go for the 2 points. Smart. They had some possession. They had some pressure building on Halifax, and Halifax was cracked. Really good play. 12-0, 12-6. Kick to come here from Keys.
No mistake from Joe Keys from just to the right hand side of the post. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Bradford Bulls 14, Halifax 6. Tries from Ethan Ryan and Elliot Minchella. 2 conversions and a penalty from Joe Keys. It is 14-6. The Bulls have restored their 8-point lead, 8-point advantage, and the latest scores elsewhere in the Betfred Championship. Featherstone Rovers 6, Barrow 16. It is Swinton 0, York 6, Dewsbury 0, Lee 16, and in Betfred League 1 it is Whitehaven 6, North Wales Crusaders 4, and Workington Town 10, Oldham 12. Here at Odsall, 28 minutes gone. Hallis out of dummy half on the restart to Garside. Garside! He was caught on the chest from Chester Butler, and he will quickly play the ball with Keys drawing in that Halifax support and looking then to fire it along the line to Wood. Now to Hallis, to Lilly, to Farrell. Ooh. Farrell tries to step Liam Cooper, but Cooper can't bring down Farrell, and Farrell will carry it up to the halfway line. 5th and last tackle here for the Bulls. Are on that far stand side. It goes to Lily. Lily, that's a bit of an awful one, bit of a reverb, a bit of spiral, but it's been dealt with there by James Saltonstall. He was on loan here at the Bulls under Francis Cummins back in 2014. 6 tries this season. He's brought down just shy of halfway. Here goes Mitch Clark, who's just come on the field. Mitch Clark, as we said, he has made 9 appearances for Castleford in 2019. Brandon Moore, quick hands out a dummy half. Halifax are 30 metres out from the Bradford line. Here goes Morell. Morell takes the Bradford line on, wins the penalty. Bradford weren't quick enough in retreating, and referee Jack Smith is going to stop the clock here, and he is going to have a word with Jacob Fairbank, who has just come on the field along with Mitch Clark. So you can see what Simon Griggs is trying to do. He's brought 2 forwards on in quick succession. He's trying to carry it down the middle, and it's a penalty in front of the post. 14-6. Morell quickly taps it, looks and finds the support there of Mitch Clark, the 23-year-old. He's brought down. He's the son of Trevor Clark, if you remember Trevor, former Bradford Northern, Featherstone Rovers man. In front of the post, then 10 metres out, they're going hunting on that left-hand edge again. QLT to Tyra. Tyra's lost the ball. Hitchcock's recovers, and it remains 14 points to 6. And Simon Griggs, he will be absolutely filthy because Bradford had just given Halifax the penalty and they couldn't even make it to tackle number 2. Lily out a dummy half to Farrell on that right-hand edge. Peltier about to come on the field for Steve Crossley, Bradford's second interchange of the afternoon. Here goes Webster, 15 shy of halfway, 35 out from his own line. Lily now to Peltier. Peltier, he's loving this one, is Ross Peltier. He's getting involved with Clark and Kavanagh. They're on the halfway line, the Bulls. Hallis to Lily. Lily between Griggs and Sharp, and that's a perfect kick from Lily because Sharp has to get out of his own in goal area, and he will only get as far as his own 8 metre line before Minchella and Hallis bring down the former London and Hull FC man inside his own 10 metre line. Good intensity to this one. John Keir said pre-match that the Bulls have let themselves down in certain areas in our recent performances, certainly against Featherstone and Lee. We need to start the game well, and his message is the 2 C's: compete and complete. Here come Halifax, they're on the halfway line. Morell, butterfingers from Brandon Moore. Bradford, it's the 0 tackle. It's Garside to Keys. Keys to Oakes. No advantage, will go back to the scrum, and referee Jack Smith will say head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. The Bulls looking lively there, Damien, for half a second.
Oh, they're really banging on the door now, Mick. Halifax looking flustered. That was a real coach killer, that error they came up with after not taking the 2 was the right decision, but failing to mount pressure with that gifted possession they had down on the Bulls' defensive end. And now Halifax really just looking very one-dimensional in attack, Mick. They're not really doing much. Morell's doing his best to try and create things around the edges, but they're not a huge threat ball in hand. That'll be disappointing for the coach that they haven't got to their completions there as the Bulls now on the attacking 40 metre line, and that's a big hit up now, carry for Mikey Wood.
Mikey Wood, tackle number 1, 25 out from the Halifax line. A 3rd try in this first half here for Bradford would certainly give him the way to the world and the confidence as Webster goes exploring on that far stand side, inside support on the diagonal from Pickersgill. Quick play the ball from Pickersgill. Webster fancies it out to Hitchcock. Hitchcock's in at the corner. Welcome back, Jai Hitchcock, just like he did last season against Workington Town. A grandstand finish, and Jai Hitchcock, he has try number 1 of 2019. It's Bradford Bulls 18, Halifax 6 here in Uxall. The supporters on the feet in the main stand.
Really good work from Jai Hitchcock there. That's as good a finish as you'll see. He's had a quiet start to the game, feeling his way back into the side and doing a good job, but he hasn't really stood out much. First opportunity he's had to do his job down that right edge. Some great work from Jake Webster leading up to that. He took the ball on the tackle prior, and he got a lovely offload back on the inside, only for the defence to scramble and just stop the try there. Smart from from Webster then. He came in, he flexed to go on the inside, but he turned straight back out to the outside. The only one man was out there, Hitchcox. He got him one-on-one with his man. The cover defence wasn't quick enough, and a little bit of aerobatics there for Hitchcox to get the ball down. Absolute class. And now at 18-6, I think that scoreline starts to reflect a little bit more of where this game's gone in the first half, and the Bulls can be quite pleased with that scoreline as we're coming in now. Six minutes still to half time. Halifax were looking there as the Bulls were knocking on the door, looking like cracking, and they certainly have a little bit now. They'll be disappointed in that. They've given the Bulls some opportunities, and unlike previous weeks, the Bulls have taken them and put points on, Mick. Kick now right from the sideline here. Joe Keys lines it up.
Yet to miss this afternoon. Pulse 2 kick predictor, 34%. Keys has hit the left-hand post, but it's gone over! Joseph Keys, 4 from 4, immaculate goal kicking! That was the spirit of Trevor Foster!
Yeah, look, don't underestimate the goal kicking. We've said a few times in the last couple of games for the Bulls, where just not converting can have an effect. It obviously changes each try's worth, but also it can lack confidence in the player who's missing goals. Keys is kicking absolutely beautifully today, and getting full value out of every time he crosses the line is a massive difference. It's 20 points to 6, and it's a true reflection of where the game is at, as opposed to being 16 points to 6 or 14 points to 6 when you're having an off day with the kicks. So really good work there as Peltier is fresh. He's been off the bench now for about 3 minutes, and there's Hallis having to go out of dummy half.
Ross Peltier is like a caged beast out there, and he's been led out of the cage, and he takes tackle 1 20 metres out from his own try line. Hallis out of dummy half, he's caught high. It is a 6 penalty in this first half in favour of the Bulls, and Joe Keys now will take the Bulls up to halfway. It is Mick Gledel, Damien Irving, Pulse 2, unrivalled rugby league coverage of the Bradford Bulls and the Betfred Championship in 2019. Let us know on the comments on Bradford Bulls Facebook Live, also on Twitter at Pulse 2 Matchday Live. Let us know where you're joining us from this afternoon. But here at Odsall, Bradford a full set of 6 inside the Halifax half. Keys inside support there from Minchella not brought down, finds Wood now to Pickersgill half opening. Pickersgill's brought down there by Moore and Morell, 25 metres out. 20 points to 6, the Bulls lead. Keys to Garside, forward pass. Fairbank had wrapped Garside up. Garside holds his right arm up. He apologises. Third error in this first half from the Bradford Bulls as Saltonstall's brought down 20 out from his own try line. 4 minutes to go to half-time here at Odsall Stadium. At half-time we'll be hearing from Matty Staunton. He's not yet come on the field. He's been on the interchange bench in the first half, but we'll hear from Matty Staunton, who is looking to extend his stay at Odsall, and some good news coming out about Matty Staunton in the next couple of weeks. Tangata to Clark down the middle with Saltonstall once again looking for options and probing. Halifax 5 shy of halfway. 4th tackle gone here at Odsall. A deadly hush around Odsall as Halifax look to get back in this game. QLT to Clark's wrapped up there. 5 inside the Bradford half. Last tackle, says referee Jack Smith. Moore to QLT. Steps. Can't get past Minchella, and that one's dealt with there by Matt Garside, and Garside will take that one 25 metres out from his own try line. Quick play the ball. Lilly now to Hitchcox. Jai Hitchcox goes over on this main stand side. He's still going, Jai Hitchcox. He's sucked in the support there of Saltonstall and Sharp, and he's got it out the back door now to Oakes. Oakes is brought down the middle. Hallis, 20 metres inside support there from Ryan, and Ryan's brought down on the halfway line. The Bulls are coming, the Bulls are surging. Minchella goes around, and Jake Webster has been taken out off the ball as Minchella went behind him. The touch judge has come on, and that is a 7th penalty in this first half to John Keir's side. And the touch judge, he's just told Jack Smith it was Jake Webster who was impeded, and Bradford, they are going to try and close out this first half with potentially a 4th try of the afternoon. Lily's going to find touch 20 metres out. We've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Almost the perfect half of rugby league football for John Keir and the Bulls. The reborn, revitalised. Perhaps John Keir will have emergency team talks every week. Lily now It goes to Minchella. Minchella's brought down 10 metres out in front of the Halifax Bulls. There's options to the left. They move it to the left. It goes from Hallis to Keys. Keys over the top to Ryan. Ryan half chance. Steps back in field. Finds the inside support of Wood. And Wood's brought down 8 metres out. Bradford still in a centre field position. It now goes to Hallis. To Keys. Keys to Lilly. Lilly drops the shoulder. Lilly trying to put away his way towards the Halifax line. Quick play the ball. Hallis out of dummy half. Hallis has got that one down. Jack Smith says held up. And we will go back to the 10 here for the Bradford Bulls, who will have a last tackle play with 90 seconds remaining in this first half here at Odsal Stadium. They lead 20 points to 6. Minchella to Keys. Crossfield kick. Looking for Ethan Ryan. First mistake from Keys. It's out on the full, and Halifax have 70 seconds here from their own 15 metre line to do a bit of Hail Mary, sprinkle a little bit of magic, because the Bulls lead Halifax by 20 points to 6, Damien Irvine.
Yeah, look, the Bulls are looking free of running here. They really are. They've got a newfound confidence in each other. They're playing on top of their game. They're really, as I said, free-flowing. Elliot Minchella has been a big part of that. Now, as Halifax just poked their nose through up the middle here. Yeah. Danger here was 30 seconds to go, Nick.
Bradford don't want to switch off. Brandon Moore was straight down the middle. It's now from Moore to Kavanagh. Kavanagh along the line to Clark. Clark's brought down there by Minchella and Farrell in a two-man tackle. 25 metres out. We've got 20 seconds remaining here at Odsal. Morell down the middle. Morell's caught high in front of the post. And you suspect head coach Simon Griggs will send on the kicking tee, and that will narrow the gap to 12 points. And Scott Morell, he gets the message, and Halifax, a rare bit of Bradford indiscipline there, Damien, as the hooter sounds. 14-point deficit down to 12, 3-score lead instead of a 2-score lead. Small margins, but that might just give Halifax a little bit of confidence.
I think it is. The tackle cracked up a little bit high there, but I don't think John Keary would be too overly concerned with that, because I believe the way the Bulls are playing, the confidence they're playing with, and they're doing a lot of good things out there today. I don't think that 2 points should be too much of an issue later on in the game once the second half gets underway. Halifax have been a little bit disappointing. They've looked a little bit one-dimensional, a little bit flat compared to the Bulls. We talked at the start of the game about which team wanted it more. Well, the Bulls have certainly put a lot right in this first half in terms of attitude, in terms of character, and they've done very, very well, it's got to be said. It's hard to find a performer out there who hasn't been an 8 out of 10. They're all doing very, very well. A few quiet players out there have really come into the game late in the first half, and they're going to walk in the sheds now. 20 points with defeats against Batley, Sheffield, Leigh and Barrow, but they did beat the Bulls here in the Challenge Cup quarter-final. A late James Woodburn Hall try. 6 minutes from time, the difference. So we're back underway here via the boot of Jordan Lilly. And Halifax, they will have first use of the ball, and they will play away from the Rewley Avenue terracing towards the South Bank side. And let's see what the half-time team talk from head coach Simon Griggs has done. Just a quick reminder of those half times elsewhere. Dewsbury 0, Leigh 24, Featherstone 10, Barrow 16 and Swinton 0. The York City Knights 8 here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 20, Halifax 8, and they're on the halfway line on the fourth tackle. Clark will get to his feet, play the ball, Moore to Fairbank. Fairbank's brought down, and that's the last tackle at the start of this second half. 45 seconds gone. Moore out of dummy half to Morell. Morell, a high hanging kick. Pickersgill's called for it. Pickersgill's let it bounce. Indecision there, but Jake Webster, that was fortuitous look there from the Bradford Bulls supporters. They're just coming down the main stand steps, holding the hot dogs and the beers, and they're shaking their heads. A bit of indecision there from Pickersgill. And here he goes, taking the pass out of dummy half from Matt Garside. And he's brought down 25 metres out from his own try line on the second tackle. Goes from Hallis now. Hallis to Farrell. Third tackle gone for the Bulls. 20 points to 8 to the good after tries in the first half from Ryan, Minchella and Hitchcocks. Here goes Minchella, one of those first half scorers. The ball's lost backwards. Play on, it's gone out of the hands as it finds from Keys to Garside. Garside
to Hallis, to Minchella, to Lily. Oh my word! Lily has been dumped above the horizontal on his shoulder by Steve Tyra. The touch judges it on. Tyra holds his arm up. That might not save him. Jack Smith, a huge decision to be made here in the 42nd minute. It's a penalty to the Bulls, but will it be any more? Jack Smith and Tyra just talking.
Penalty sufficient, I think, Mick. It was a really good hit. It looked bad because Lily was caught on the timing. It was a big shot. And it was a very good tackle 5 years ago. It's probably not even penalised. He just did lift him, though. And it wasn't a high tackle where he lifted and then drove him into the turf. He just turned him over. It did look a little bit worse than it was. And the Bulls are going to have the advantage here now. 30 metres out. Taking the tap now.
Just want to say a warm welcome to Malcolm joining us in Harrogate, Judith in Morecambe, Ian and Jess joining us in Leeds. Ross Peltier brought down 15 metres out in front of the post. Goes now to Keys. Keys fires it over the top to Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan does exceptionally well there, adding a couple of inches, and he keeps the ball in and he'll quickly play it. And here we go now, Hallis to Keys to Wood. Wood's brought down in front of the Halifax post. 43 minutes gone here at the start of this second half. Minchella, Lily to Webster. Webster to Hitchcox. Jai Hitchcox dives in at the corner. Welcome back. Try number 2 for Jai Hitchcox. His first game back since that round 4 defeat against York here in Odsell. It goes from bad to worse for Halifax. It's must win. It's a 4-pointer, and Jai Hitchcox has just got 4 points at the start of the second half. 24 points to 8.
Yeah, 2 halfbacks in pretty good form today for the Bulls, it's got to be said. First it was on the left-hand side. Joe Keys went to push it to the left. A lovely cut-out ball using Ethan Ryan's height on that side. They pushed it. They couldn't quite break through that side, but it was very good movement. Very quickly then, Jordan Lilly on the back of a good hit in the last set, which led to the penalty. He got involved, pushed on the right-hand side, ran it at an angle, and he got it balled very nicely through to Jake Webster, who's proving a real handful down this right-hand edge, and he has done all day long. Webster ran the angle to the line, sucked in the defence, and found Jai Hitchcox, who was willing, ready, and able to put the ball over in another acrobatic finish. 2 good finishes from him today. Welcome back, Jai Hitchcox, but a very, very well-worked try, and starting off this second half as they finished the first half. Really good signs for John Keys' men.
Pulse 2 kick predictor, 19% for Joe Keys on this main stand side.
Is it broken, Mick? Because he's kicking well today. It should be at least 50%. He doesn't look like missing today yet. Let's see how he goes.
Keys with that trusty magic right boot. That one's just gone and shaved. Shaved millimetres off the left-hand post. So the first miss of the afternoon from Joe Keys, 4 from 5. But Jai Hitchcox on his return to action, he has 2 tries.
In terms of ball movement and passing and crispness, that's probably the 2 best sets that I've seen the Bulls have in a lot of weeks there. They really went left to right very, very well, and they're starting to gel as an attacking unit here this side. Really good signs now as the Bulls are going to return it now off the kickoff. 20 metres out. He's knocked it on.
Ethan Ryan, tackle number 1. Bit of pushing and shoving there. The Halifax fight back starts in earnest. The 5th error for the Bulls this afternoon. And that is going to give Halifax another opportunity here, you feel.
They just need to gather around Brandon Pickersgill here. He let that ball bounce early in the second half, Mick. He let a ball bounce in the first half. He's not looking entirely comfortable there under the kicks. But having said that, he's got back and he's covered up for those errors really well. He's got a big heart, and he's doing his best to tidy up. But, yeah, just have a look here for Morrell. Look for Pickersgill again. Pick him out maybe going in the air and trying to get him to turn around. He's had a bit of time out of first grade and he's just getting his timing ready. He's a great talker. He's really marshalling the troops there. But just have a look out as Morrell goes to the line now. They moved it right. Halifax.
Butler, Chester Butler on top of the Bradford line. Penalty for double movement. Morrell, quick ball into the arms of Chester Butler, and Chester Butler on his return to the Halifax side this afternoon. The temptation was too great He had a second movement of the arm, and the try will be disallowed. It is a 9th penalty of the afternoon to the Bradford Bulls. And just to keep you abreast with what is actually happening in the Betfred Championship, it is Dewsbury 0, Lee Centurions 30. It is Featherstone 10, Barrow 16, Swinton 0, the York City Knights 8. What does that mean to the live table? A long way to go in this one. We've still got 34 minutes, but as things currently stand, if those results stand, the Bulls will be 2 points outside the playoffs this evening. They'll be on 20 points behind Sheffield and Featherstone, who will be on 22. And with Toulouse losing yesterday evening against Toronto by 28 points to 16, Toulouse could be struggling to get in the top 5. I tell you what, strap yourselves in. The final 10 games of the season, it's going to go right down to that final game. Bradford away at Rochdale on the final Sunday on the second week in September. From that penalty, Bradford on the halfway line. Pulls 2 scoreboard, Bulls 24, Halifax 8. Oaks out of dummy half to Keys to Lilly. Chris passing once again, good connection. Cohesive links. Farrell, 5 inside D, Halifax half. Pickersgill now at dummy half to Peltier. Peltier carries the Bulls forward. They're on the last tackle. 35 metres out from that Halifax line. And Ross Peltier appealing for a penalty. Peltier's lost the ball. And now there's a bit of a mini skirmish. The players come together. Mitch Clark, Ben Kavanagh just put a bit of a squeeze there on Peltier. And it will be a scrum, head and feed to the visitors. Halifax 15 shy of the halfway line. Bradford 24, Halifax 8, Ryan Minchella, and a brace of tries for Hitchcock's, Damien.
Yeah, he's done very well to finish those tries. We talked about him coming straight into the team, not having the benefit of a reserve grade match, but he doesn't need a player of that class, and he's shown that today. Halifax now just been given a little bit of a leg up here by the Bulls. And not a time that you want to invite Halifax back into the game. Leading 24 points to 8 as Halifax cut it up over the own line. If they score next, it'll just put a little bit of heat on the Bulls, a little bit of pressure, because it's all been Bulls so far.
Halifax know the clock and scoreboard against them here at Odsal as Scott Griggs, over 350 career appearances, he's brought down 20 metres out in front of the post. It's going to go to Fairbank. Fairbank to Tangata. Tangata's brought down on the last tackle. 18 metres out. Just to the left-hand side of the post. More to Morrell. Morrell crossfield kick looking to put Ryan under pressure. Ryan takes that one, but he's been caught in the air by Will Sharp. And that's the 10th penalty now in this game to the Bradford Bulls. And Jack Smith is going to stop the clock. So the Bulls next week here at Odsal against the Widnes Vikings, who did their championship survival hopes the world of good, beating the Batley Bulldogs 28 points to 22 on Friday evening. For Halifax, they have a home game against Featherstone Rovers at the Share. Here goes Minchella, tackle number 1, 15 shy of halfway. We've had 50 minutes gone here at Odsal. Peltier playing in the half somewhat, goes to Lilly, flick on pass now towards Hitchcock's via Jake Webster, and Hitchcock keeps the ball alive, back to Lilly. The Bulls, the shackles are off, they're playing with the freedom of the world. Here goes Peltier down the middle. Peltier carries the Bulls 5 metres inside the Halifax half. Cooper had to go for the legs. Hallis out of dummy half to Keys. Keys inside to Garside. Garside weaving run, keeps it going. Back off of Mikey Wood's arm. Referee says backwards. Pickersgill has it. Pickersgill's brought down. 25 out. There's a bit of a skirmish in back play. Referee happy to let play continue. Minchella to Lilly. Lilly kicks for Hitchcock. He's going to put pressure under Robinson. Robinson does incredibly well. And Farrell and Lilly will wrap him up 5 metres out from his own try line. 50 minutes gone. 30 minutes remain. Just the Jai Hitchcock's try at the start of the second half. The difference, it was 20 points to 8 at half time. And keep going back to what John Keir said in his pre-match press conference: complete and compete, and the Bulls are certainly doing that in abundance this afternoon. A huge 2 points up for grabs as Halifax now, via Chester Butler, they're over on that far stand side, going down the middle, looking for support. Fairbank to Moore. Moore's wrapped up by Peltier and Farrell in a two-man tackle. Last tackle here for Simon Griggs' side. They're 30 metres out on the last. Morell goes to Griggs. Griggs straight down the throat of Pickersgill. Pickersgill caught by QLT and Cooper, and Bradford now are going to move the ball out from their own 10-metre line. Lilly in at dummy half to Hitchcox. Hitchcox past Robinson. Hitchcox looking lively, playing with conviction, finds the support of Ryan on the inside, and he's brought down 25 out. And here goes Jai Hitchcox trying to win a penalty out of dummy half. Bradford, the purring as George Flanagan and Manny Staunton. A double interchange for John Keir, 10 minutes into this second half, and Flanagan will send it towards Staunton. Staunton's brought down, 5 shy of halfway. Keys is going to kick early, 4th tackle gone. That turns around Halifax and Scott Griggs. Griggs, he had to race back, and that's got into touch, 10 metres out from that Halifax line, and that's a bit of a sucker punch for the visitors, Damien. Pulse 2 scoreboard here at Odsal. 29 minutes remain. It is Bradford 24, Halifax 8.
Well, that's a good halfback, isn't it? I mean, you've got to see it, you've got to envisage it, you've got to execute it. That's great vision, it's great poise, great man and game management there from Joe Keys. They punched that right down in the deep corner, and Halifax now coming out of their own end against the set defensive line of the Bradford Bulls.
Halifax 20 metres out from their own line. First penalty of the second half. That has gone the way of the visitors. 10-4. Hands in at the ruck. And Morell will take Halifax up to the halfway line. There's just been another try. It's Featherstone 16, Barrow 16. So I'm reliably informed Barrow were going down the slope in the first half. So those that know Post Office Road, Featherstone's home ground, will know that there's a 12-foot slope there, and you'd certainly expect Featherstone to come good in the second half, but looks like a great effort after 53 minutes there to be 16 points apiece. Halifax chasing the game, they have to score next year field. Griggs wrapped up by Keys and Flanagan, and Griggs has lost 15 metres there as Griggs and Flanagan go for the chest, go for the legs. Here goes Tangata. He'll have been pleased with the Cook Islands, who beat South Africa 66-6 on Friday. They will play the USA in November for a place in the 2021 Rugby League World Cup, which of course will be held here in the United Kingdom. 5th penalty that the Bulls have conceded now, second in the second half. That was for laying down, and Halifax, they've not given up the ghost yet. Moore at dummy half to Morell. Morell to Tangata. Tangata's brought down 5 metres out, and it's another penalty. Back-to-back penalties. 3 in quick succession, and George Flanagan's been penalised for taking out a Halifax man, and it's a penalty in front of the Bradford post, 10 metres out. So a bit of indiscipline emerging here in the Bulls ranks. We have 26 minutes remaining here at Odsal. Bradford 24, Halifax 8. This one's not over, and Halifax, they're going to throw everything at a late resurgence. Here it goes from Moore over the top, looking for options. Once again, this suffocating, scrambling Bradford Bulls defence holding Halifax at bay. Moore out of dummy half to Griggs. Very pedestrian in attack from Halifax. They've lost more ground. They're now outside the Bradford 10-metre line as it goes to Moore, to Morell. Morell along the line to Tangata, to QLT, out to Tyra. Tyra's passed behind Robinson. Robinson, he's outside the Bradford 20, sucks in that defence from Lilly. Lilly, like a Yorkshire Terrier, going for the legs. They keep it going on that far stand side. Morris is brought down, and they're now 15 metres out. Halifax, they've lost more ground. Here goes Morell to Fairbank. Fairbank carries it in that left arm, and he's brought down 5 metres out after a 10-metre carry on the last tackle. Now or never for Halifax. Moore on the last to Morell. Morell, crossfield kick. Webster stands tall. Take a bow, Jake Webster. Tyra and Robinson all over him like chicken pox, and he keeps hold of the ball, and now Bradford will look to put the squeeze on Halifax here as Elliot Minchella leaves the field. And on will come John Magring. Here goes Flanagan. Flanagan probing. On this main stand side now to Farrell. Out of the Bradford 20 metre line. 25 shy of halfway. Morris. Tangata in defence for Halifax. Last tackle here for the Bulls. It goes from Flanagan to Lilly. Lilly between Sharp and Griggs. Sharp takes that on his own 20. He's up to the 30, to the 40. Literally throws himself in a two-man tackle on Flanagan there, and Steve Crossley, who's just come back on the field, and they're going to go move it and shift it out wide with Saltonstall. Saltonstall's brought down 2 metres inside the Bradford half. Back it's going to go with Leroya. Leroya, one of 5 former Bradford players in this Halifax side this afternoon. 25 minutes remain. It's Bradford 24, Halifax 8 as a kick has been picked off there by Pickersgill. Pickersgill taking on Brandon Moore. Inside support from Keys. Joe Keys. Keys is going to go in at the corner. Keys has lost the ball backwards and Halifax have scrambled back from deep and they have recovered possession. That would have been on the highlights reel if Keys had got it at the corner. What a chase back from QLT. Try saving tackle, game saving tackle, and now Halifax, they have to try and unlock this Bulls defence. The 20 metres out from their own try line, but that was Brandon Pickersgill. He was alert and he charged down and regathered that Scott Morrell kick on that right hand side. Third tackle gone here now for Halifax. They're on their own 30 metre line. Robinson tries to win a penalty out of dummy half and he's brought down 10 shy of halfway on his own 40 metre line. Last tackle for Halifax. Morrell, he will kick towards Pickersgill. That one finds touch. 25 out from the Bradford line, and with 23 minutes remaining, we're approaching the hour mark here at Hudsall. It remains Bradford Bulls 24, Halifax 8. Damien, wow, what a play that was.
It's a great play. If there was any doubts about Joe Key's fitness, you only had to see him there loom up in support out inside of Pickersgill and go for the corner there. Great covering tackle from QLT. The game's just taken a little bit of a turn here where Halifax are getting a couple of opportunities here to try and get a try on, but some great scrambling defence, and it's been a great defensive effort from the Bulls across the park here as they win the scrum now, and it's Hitchcock's is going to bring it out towards his own 40 metre line. Look, outside of Morrell and QLT, though, they are looking a little bit devoid of options. It's got to be said, Halifax. So the Bulls are doing enough to certainly scramble and tidy things up. Interesting to see now that Crossley is back on. I think a little bit of that ill discipline, that laying down in the ruck, is going to come out of the Bulls game again now. That first start of the second half, a few little errors in there, a few little scrum infringements and ruck infringements, just gave Halifax a little bit of a leg up there now, as it's Farrell who's taken the hit up now. Staunton on the field now will be very interesting to see how he goes. He'll be very fresh and very ready to go as Webster finds edge on the ruck on the right hand side and found some space. He's had a whale of a game, Jake Webster. So much is coming through him as Flanagan kicks through a kick for himself, a little bit innocuous there, Mick. I don't know. That's
George Flanagan's in trouble. Flanagan's going to be off here, Damien. He has tripped Scott Griggs. The Bulls are going to be down to 12 men, and George Flanagan can be extremely fortunate that is only a yellow card and 10 minutes in the bin. That was a trip there on Scott Griggs after Flanagan chased his own kick, and that now is going to put the Bulls under pressure. Halifax have had the last 4 penalties. Penalty count, Bradford 10, Halifax 7. Halifax have the numerical advantage for the next 10 minutes. This one is not over yet. Will Sharp will play the ball 30 metres out from his own try line, down the middle with Tangata. Big physical presence. Second spell at Halifax after playing 3 games for Widnes at the start of the season. It's going to go to Moore, to Fairbank. Fairbank brought down there by Lilly. Good workmanlike performance from Jordan Lilly and Farrell. Here we go. Halifax have spotted something on this left-hand edge. It goes from QLT to Cooper. The 5 metres inside the Bradford half. Tyra's in there at dummy half. Back to QLT. In the pocket, in the centre of the field. Out to Morrell. Halifax have numbers. Sharp's away on that far stand side. Steps back in centre field. He's brought down by Staunton and Crossley. Last tackle here for Halifax. 25 metres out. Morell kicks up. Looks between Pickersgill and Lilly. Pickersgill does well. And Pickersgill will carry that ball back to the Bradford 10-metre line to warm applause. It's Bradford 24, Halifax 8. The Bulls now under the pump, and they'll look to just play out the next 10 minutes, you feel, Damien.
He's warmed into this game very nicely, Brandon Pickersgill. In fact, he's starting to find his rhythm, starting to find his timing, and good field position there. There's an error. The Bulls have come out of their own end, and a dummy half error. We're going to see Halifax have the head and feed 12 metres out. Not what the Bulls wanted. Look, Mick, everything they've done so well up to this point in the game, the Bulls has been exceptional. They've turned around things that have been going wrong for the past month and a half. What they haven't turned around is silliness. And that from George Flanagan. It was a loose play. He didn't need to grab it through for himself. I'm sure and certain that wasn't part of their playbook in terms of what to do when you're down at the attacking end. He was frustrated by it himself, and he's come up with a very silly error there in taking the trip. And now he's off the pitch and he's put his side under pressure at 24 points to 8. They're up here with 19 minutes left. The Bulls need to hold out well here, because this could be a tricky 15 minutes coming up if the Halifax side can score.
Halifax 5 metres out from the Bradford line. Morell looking for support, finds Tangata down the middle. The Bulls have certainly stopped this first phase Halifax attack all afternoon thus far. 24-8 the lead, but they're under the pump with Flanagan in the bay. Here goes Tyra has Robinson outside him. He's found the inside support there of Griggs. That was on the floor. They're going to try and cross over the Bradford line. They've conceded another penalty, the Bulls. It's now 5 penalties in a row, and Steve Crossley not happy with referee Jack Smith. Jack Smith says there was an elbow there, and we've just seen Ben Johnston come on the field. He last played in round number 4, so Ben Johnston will look to provide some fresh legs out here this afternoon, and this one's not over. 19 minutes remain. Johnston's in there in at dummy half. It goes out towards QLT to Morell, picked off by Ethan Ryan. That was telegraphed. And Ethan Ryan, he will suck the intensity out of the Halifax attack. And now Halifax have to defend. The 12 men of Halifax. Oakes in at dummy half to Magrin. Here goes John Magrin, the Jamaican international. His second appearance for the Bulls following his 1 month loan spell at the London Scholars. Here goes Webster. Third tackle gone. Up to the Bradford 40-metre line. If I'm thinking man of the match, I'm putting Jake Webster in that this afternoon. Here goes Jake Webster to Lilly. Lilly to Hitchcox. They're on the last tackle now. Jai Hitchcox gets to his feet, plays the ball. Lilly in at dummy half, drills that one down towards this main stand side. That's turned Halifax around. They will have a scrum, head and feed, 20 metres out from their own try line, Damien. The clock is stopped. 17 minutes. 24 seconds remaining here. It ain't pretty, but the Bulls are holding on. Bulls 2 scoreboard. Bradford 24, Halifax 8.
Yeah, it's good poise from Jordan Lilly. He knows that there's a man in the bin, and he's grubbed that in. That's a play that the Bulls probably didn't have him 3 or 4 weeks ago. That sort of game awareness and management. I think Joe Keys has contributed a lot to helping settle Jordan Lilly and find those plays. A little bit of an injury concern for Jake Webster actually now. He just took a knock there. He'd be a massive loss. Don't make a mistake about it at all. Some of the worst performances in the last 4 to 5 weeks for the Bulls have come when Jake Webster has not been involved. His contribution to this game has been absolutely fundamental in terms of the hard work coming out of the own end, the class at the attacking end to create tries. He's world class, and he's showing that.
Halifax up and over halfway. Cooper on loan from St Helens. He 1 try for Halifax so far this season. 5 appearances for Halifax last season, along with 10 appearances for Whitehaven. You might remember Liam Cooper coming up against the Bulls at the recreation ground last season. Here come Halifax. They're going in underneath the post. It was Fairbank with the move. An inside support from Brandon Moore. And the Cumbrian-born hooker is going to score his 3rd try of the season for Halifax on his 13th appearance. And Halifax are back in this one here in Odsell. 24 points to 12. The kick from Tyra from in front. We're going to be down to 10. 16 minutes left on the clock.
Well, there's not a lonelier man in this Odsal Stadium at the moment than George Flanagan, Mick. I can tell you, he's over there in the dugout on his own. I think he's copped an ear bashing there for putting his side in this position, and he'll be feeling that. He'll be very, very disappointed in himself. He would have been hoping that they managed to hold out during the period of time that he's off the field for that indiscretion, that ill discipline. That was a great second phase work there from QLT that created that. The Bulls, interestingly enough, you lose your hooker, and in around the ruck is where they opened up there. They just failed to probably account for that and number up. And Halifax now kick to come at 24-12. They're going to find themselves 10 points only adrift as we come into the business end of the match. Really important here for the Bulls to try and force an error or try and dominate this set. And all Halifax need to do on this kickoff is try and get a good set, get to their kick away, and see how they go in terms of mounting some pressure. As I said, Webster's looking a little bit ginger there. He's not looking at his best. Pickersgill warmed into this game very nicely. I just got some questions about his match fitness there, to be fair. It's been a very high-paced game, and he is blowing. He's looking to the trainer there now. It's the most important aspect of any fullback's game is anaerobic fitness. It's the hardest fitness-wise position to be on the pitch, so he can be forgiven for just needing to get some big breaths in at the moment as the trainer goes and has a word to him now. But he's going to have to find and dig deep in this last 19 minutes, as all of the Bulls are. Really important, I think, that they get another try on very quickly, Mick, just to snuff out any sort of comeback that Halifax might have in line here.
Halifax on the restart after the try from Brandon Moore. Tyra converted, 24 points to 14, and here goes Ben Johnston. Ben Johnston's away. He's brought down in a try-saving tackle there from the Bulls by Brandon Pickersgill. He's out of position. There's no one at home. It goes to Tyra. Tyra's in. Tyra towards the Bradford line. QLT. Halifax have gone back-to-back, and Bradford's lead is going to be cut further adrift. It's 24 points to 18. A kick from Tyra will narrow the gap to 4 points. Strap yourselves in. 15 minutes remain at Odsal. We're going the distance.
Well, it's great for a game of rugby league. It's poor if you're a Bradford Bulls fan because, again, where did the line break come from? The line break came from straight up the middle. It came straight up the middle again where a dummy half is off the pitch through an indiscretion for being in the bin, and they failed to block that dummy half and that edge ruck defence while he's been in the bin, Mick. That's where it's happened. Straight up the middle. Halifax have been spreading it left and right and have been failing to break the line. What they found and what this has allowed is they've seen that actually the quickest way to the try line through the Bulls defence today is right through the ruck up the middle. 2 lots of second phase, 2 lots of great support play, and they finished it very, very well. Warning signs here, danger signs for the Bulls. 24-18, kick to come, and this is very kickable.
Steve Tyra yet to miss at Odsal this afternoon. This on the Pulse 2 kick predictor, 76%. He's 10 metres in from this main stand side. Tyra with the right boot. This one goes between the posts. It's 24 points to 20 on Pulse 2 this afternoon. It has been a costly 10 minutes with George Flanagan in the sin bin because Halifax have gone back to back and they have just posted 12 points. 24 points to 20. 12 minutes 36 seconds remaining on Pulse 2 this afternoon. And the Bulls, they were coasting at 24-8 as we had passed the hour mark. And the danger now for John Keir and the Bulls is that they don't collapse any further. They have to put a solid stint in defence, stop this Halifax go forward. And here we go, Lily's restart, taken by Sharp. Sharp's going to be brought down just outside the Halifax 20-metre line by Magrin and Farrell. In at dummy half is Johnston. Johnston now to Tangata. Third tackle gone for Halifax. 20 shy of halfway, centre field position. Johnston goes now to Moore. Moore goes on that right hand edge. 3 Bradford players. Bring down Brandon Moore. There's going to be a lot of tired legs out there. Fourth tackle gone. They're now inside the Bradford half with Morel. Morel to Leroyer. Leroyer's brought down on the last tackle. 15 metres inside the Bulls half. It goes to Morel. That's a high hanging kick. Who's going to call for it? Everybody's let it bounce. Tangata palms it back. Halifax have it with Johnston. It's gone over on that right hand edge. Halifax has knocked it on, and that will see the Bulls living life dangerously there. You do not let the ball bounce. And Bradford 24-20 on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. 11 minutes remain here at Odsal. Damien Irving. What on earth is happening out there on the field?
I'll tell you what's not happening. Leadership and composure. That's what's not happening. The Bulls are a far better side. They've shown that for 70 minutes of this game already. They are. They're playing, they're competing. They've shown that when they complete their sets that they're going to get ahead. They're going to put points on. A little bit of trouble there. A little bit of adversity has come into the game. A sin binning. That's okay. You can get through that. It's no need to drop the bundle. Right? The Bulls need to get composure and leadership back in there, and no. Basics. Complete the sets. Yardage. Defend well. They'll win this game. They can close it out. And I'm just looking a little bit flustered there, and tidying up that kick was the best thing could have happened, because Halifax have got some wind in their sails now as the Bulls cut it out. They're coming up to their own 40-metre line through with Sam Hallis, and Jordan Lilly has gone into dummy half as George Flanagan comes back on the pitch, and he'll go into dummy half off the next tackle.
10 minutes remain here. Another pulsating contest from the Betfred Championship. Bradford back to 13 men. Flanagan there at dummy half as Farrell plays the ball on the halfway line. Flanagan to Crossley. Crossley's brought down 5 metres inside that Halifax half. Flanagan out of dummy half once again, looks to find Lilly. Lilly along the line to Hallis. Hallis down the middle, and that's the last tackle here for the Bradford Bulls. 35 metres out, centre field position. Flanagan to Keys. Keys sends that one up. Staunton, Oakes chasing it on that left-hand edge, but that's a great take there from Scott Griggs, and he's going to be brought down 20 metres out from his own try line in a centre field position here at Odsal with exactly 10 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Pulse 2. Bradford Bulls live. Mick Liddell, Damien Irving here. It was 20 points to 8 at half time, and Odsal, there's a deadly silence around Odsal at this moment in time. The tension certainly reaching those high levels as Saltonstall's rolled over. 12 shy of halfway. Johnston, he's been a revelation since he's come on. He's been the resurrection for the Halifax side, as Halifax, no converted try, will keep alive their season. And here we go, QLT to Tyra. Tyra has Robinson outside him. Tyra still going. Tyra's lost the ball. Try saving tackle from Jordan Lilly. Referee might penalise Lilly here. Head and feed. Who's it going to? Halifax are getting head and feed, I think. They're going to say Jordan Lilly has knocked the ball on. Decision, Jack Smith. Head and feed, Halifax. Listen to the boos and jeers. Lilly adjudged to have knocked that one on.
That's the right call, Mick. He got the call right. There was definitely a hand in it from the Bulls, unfortunately. A very scrappy. Look, to be fair, I think it needed to be done. It was a big breakdown there through Tyre, who's really causing a dent in the Bulls' right edge defence. Webster did very well to get the tackle on. Now, as they come through again on the right edge, now Halifax, they'll play the ball 10 metres out on the attack. They're stacking numbers on the short side, but they come open.
Moore, centre field position, 10 metres out. It goes to Morel. Kavanagh against his former employers. He's brought down by Farrell. The Bulls hanging on. Johnston, scoop pass out of dummy half. Pass along the line there from Moore. It goes back in centre field. QLT, live wire. He's brought down. Third tackle gone here at Odsal.
Numbers right,
8
Mick.
minutes remain. They're going to come on this main stand side. Tangata will try brute force. He's held up on his back. Fourth tackle gone. Bradford 24, Halifax 20. Johnston in there at dummy half. It goes to Moore. It goes to Morel. They've got numbers. Griggs can't get past Ryan and Oakes. Staunton comes in over the top. Last tackle here for Halifax. There's 8 metres between them and the try line. Morel, crossfield kick. Tyra's going to score. It's gone dead. Tap on the 20 for the Bradford Bulls. 7 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Bradford 24, Halifax 20. Morell's kick, it evaded everybody. And to the huge crowd inside Odsal, huge relief. Flanagan will tap the ball on the Bradford 20 metre line. Zero tackle. Hallis gets to his feet, plays the ball. Flanagan now to Magrin. Tackle number 1. Magrin's on the Bradford 30 metre line. Over on the left hand side. Back to come down the middle with Crossley. Crossley's up to the Bradford 40 metre line now. 10 shy of halfway. Second tackle gone. Crossley quick play the ball. Flanagan to Hallis, to Lilly, to Webster. Webster's brought down in a 2-man tackle led there by Cooper and Saldenstall. 5 shy of halfway. Third tackle gone. Flanagan now to Hallis. Hallis inside the Halifax half. Fourth tackle gone. 6 minutes remaining here at Odsal. Flanagan to Lilly. Lilly to Webster. Webster along the line to Keys. Keys to Oakes. Oakes looking for support. Back to Keys. Keys in centre field. Keys is away. Keys is brought down 35 metres out from the Halifax line on the last tackle. Fifth and last tackle. And Lilly. Halifax have lost the ball. Bradford have picked it up. Referee says back to 1. And there's pandemonium here. Halifax have knocked the ball on. The officials have missed it. And now Halifax will turn defence into attack. And Bradford, they can't let any perceived injustice play on their mindset.
I can only presume that he thought he kicked it straight into his belly and it's come back out there, Mick. It was a very close range driving kick from Lilly as he went to find touch into the Halifax defence. He must have called there was no arm on it. Very lucky call that, as Halifax are going to play the ball right on the halfway line here. A Bulls defensive set, and they bring it to the left-hand side, Halifax.
5 minutes for the Bulls to hold on. Kavanagh will play the ball in front of the Bradford post, 40 metres out. Farrell's just gone in with the shoulder in back play. The Bulls can cut that one out as Tyra kicks ahead. Pickersgill puts his body on the line, and Pickersgill smothers on that loose ball there from Tyra, and he's brought down there by Robinson. We've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Listen to the crowd. They're going on the back of referee Jack Smith. The Bulls have only had 1 penalty in this second half. Halifax have had 6. Flanagan says get out of the way, Johnston. Flanagan's felled by Robinson. There's more beseeching and booing and jeering. It's a hostile crowd now here at Odsal as Hitchcock's is brought down on the halfway line on the last. Flanagan looks for Lilly. Lilly kicks ahead in between Griggs and Sharp. Griggs on his own 10 metre line decides I've run enough. Here you go, Will. And Sharp's brought down on tackle number 1 for Halifax. 25 out from his own line. Tackle number 1. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remain here at Odsal Stadium. Another enthralling, scintillating game of Betfred Championship. Halifax have gone without the ball. And that one, you've got to play to the whistle. Saldenstall recovered the loose ball on the far stand side. Here goes Mitch Clark. Centre field to Morell, to Brandon Moore. It was round about this time in that Challenge Cup tie that James Woodburn Hall broke Bradford hearts. Lightning's not going to strike twice, is it? Last tackle, Morell kicks towards Hitchcock's. Hitchcock's takes that on the full on his own 10 metre line. He now looks up, surveys where those orange Halifax shirted defenders are, and he will carry the ball up to his own 20 metre line. We have exactly 4 minutes remaining here on Pulse 2. Mick Leddell, Damien Irving, Oakes, second tackle of this fresh set of 6 here for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. Flanagan out of dummy half to Farrell. Farrell's brought down on tackle number 3 on the Bradford 40 metre line. Centre field, 10 shy of halfway. It goes now from Flanagan on the inside to Minchella. Minchella's come on for the final 3.5 minutes. He sucked in that Halifax defence. Finds Staunton. Staunton back along the line to Keys. Keys now looking for runners and finds Hallis. And Hallis is brought down on tackle number 4. 5 metres inside that Halifax half. Down the middle from Crossley. Crossley throws his whole weight in that Halifax defensive line. And we're on the last tackle. 30 metres out. Keys kicks for Ryan. Sharp takes it. Sharp has impeded Ethan Ryan. Penalty to the Bulls. Penalty to the Bradford Bulls. Will Sharp knew what he was doing, and this This is very much kickable from Joe Keys. We have 2.5 minutes remaining. Do the Bulls go for two? John Keir has sent the message on. He will let the players decide. And Joe Keys says the Bulls will take the 2 points on offer. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. The laws and rules of Rugby League state this will run a minute off the clock. And Bradford are about to add another 2 points, a crucial 2 points. Halifax will have the restart if this one goes over, and they will go for the short restart. But you suspect if this one goes over with 2 minutes remaining at Odsal, the Bulls will escape with a bare minimum point here this afternoon. Damien says Jake Webster, Jai Hitchcock, Joe Keys and Steve Crossley for the poll. We'll get Damien's thoughts shortly, but the Pulse 2 kick predictor here at Odsal Stadium says Joe Keys, 77% chance this to take the Bulls out to a converted try, a 6-point lead. Joe Keys in front of the Halifax fans. Joe Keys, it's hit the upright and it's gone dead and wide. It'll be a 20-metre restart here for Halifax. The Bulls will get the ball back, but Joe Keys, the pressure's got to him, and he now has 4 from 6 attempts this afternoon. And Halifax, the season is on the line. They have to go for the short one, but they're going to go long and deep. And with 90 seconds remaining here, the Bulls have come up with a never have, the no, they haven't. Staunton moved the ball towards his own try line, and he's now going to take tackle number 1, 30 metres out. Ethan Ryan out of dummy half. This one's going right to the buzzer, right to the hooter here at Odsal this afternoon. Flanagan out of dummy half to Minchella. Mitch Clark, one-on-one tackle, looking for the strip. Third tackle gone here for the Bulls. There's 65 seconds remaining. They lead 24 points to 20. It goes to Lilly. Lilly to Farrell. Farrell's brought down there by Clark and Morell. They're just shy of the halfway line on the 4th tackle. Here goes Flanagan. Flanagan now to Minchella. Minchella's brought down. It's now or never for the Bulls. 40 seconds remain. Lilly's going to drill this one into touch. 25 out from the Halifax line, and Halifax now, they have to form the scrum, and referee Jack Smith is going to put whistle to lips, and the clock will be stopped with exactly 29 seconds remaining here at Odsal. Everybody, the tension is unbearable. Bradford 24, Halifax 20. Morell will feed the scrum. It's out by Moore. It goes to Sharp. Halifax, it's up your jumper time. It's going to be heartbreak for either Bradford or Halifax. 20 seconds remain now. Back in centre field with Clark from Moore. Clark's pass has been knocked on by Tangata. The Bulls are going to win. The Bulls keep the season alive. The supporters, they're on the feet in the main stand. It's been nerve-wracking, but the Bulls win 24 points to 20. Halifax season ends here at Odsal Stadium. The Bulls advance to witness next week. That's here at Odsal, and Featherstone currently trailing at home against Barrow by 38 points to 16. The Bulls are going to